Peace to all the gods and goddesses of the planet. Peace to all the kings and the queens. Peace to all the princes and the princesses. If this your first time viewing me, I'm no from VO, spiritual coach, spiritual mentor, spiritual guru, brother, friend, leader, role model, public figure. Each and every day coming to the chosen collective, helping them raise the frequency, helping them raise the consciousness, allowing them to be a part of a community where, growth is, something that we push. We push growth in this community. We push elevation. We push, like I said, jump into your next abundant reality where everything comes easy to you. The person that you want comes easy. The monetary gain that you want comes easy. It'll be like you have to lift the finger to manifest the things that you want in your life. Welcome back to the page. If all my returning subscribers, you already know, I appreciate y'all each and every time for coming back to the page. We're gonna jump right into the message. I don't like to waste no time. Every second count. So right now, like I said, people seeing that, you're the person that's up next. You're the person that, even just from the status and the work that you're putting in. Today, I did not want to do this video, but it's just part of the things that I do. It's like you always had the energy for the things that you truly want to do. I don't care if I have to go into isolation mode, just the things that I have to do for me personally. Like, no matter, this will help me sleep at night. Just getting things off my mind. It's like y'all my friends now, y'all my family, y'all the person, who I speak to, who I can't really express myself with. So know when to ignore and when to give energy. Like I said, there's a lot of people in the energy pulling. They know that this next upgrade is here, and a lot of people can't do the things that you do, even though they want to, and even though they, might have aspirations of, being that. It's just like being an underground rapper versus being a future. It's like, even if you the hottest thing cooking, you still gonna have to take time to get up to that stature level. You can be just as good, you can be all that, but it's still gonna take time and development and knowing what it look like, what it feel like when these things, opportunities present themselves to you. You have to know that. Haters will hate, but you're irreplaceable. See, people, like I said, they won't be throwing the shade. They see this abundance coming. A lot of people don't have this abundant energy. People wonder how you had so much, energy to just push out into this world, when it's a lot of people feel drained. It's a lot of people be, up all night trying to figure out what to do with their life at the end of the day. When it comes to you, that's my DoorDash. They gonna just leave it at the door. People can't follow instructions. But as I say, you have this irreplaceable energy, and with this irreplaceable energy, it will bring you to this place of bliss, of some may call nonchalant, but it's like when you are in tune with yourself and know what you bring to the table, it's like you don't have to do as much in order to receive what you're supposed to receive. A lot of people have to grow into this type of phase. Like, a lot of people feel like they always have to prove things to people and things of that sort. Like, each and every day I'm just doing this purely for myself. Like, that's who I always been doing it for, was myself. Even before it was eyes on me and things of that sort, I always did it for myself. It was always for the VO. It was always for no front vote. It was never for other people in the room, because the room is always gonna change. Like, the room is never consistent. Just like what's hot today won't be hot tomorrow. The room is always changing. You just have to always adjust to the room. And the most important person you have to have loyalty to is yourself at the end of the day. Like, you don't want to have too much loyalty to people to a certain extent. Yeah, you can't be loyal to people. You want to have a tight circle of people, or at least people who you feel like you can learn things from, because you always want to have, at least you always want to be in a circle of people who you can, receive abundance from, and that's abundance of ideas, You know, of course, physical abundance and just spiritual abundance. There's different types of abundance. But you always want to be around these different types of people. You have to figure out why people are around you. Like, you always want people to be around you for the right reasons. Like, not to drain energy at all. Not to try to feel like they can take something or gain something from you all the time. Even though you want to be useful to people. Like, you always want to be useful because that's what makes you irreplaceable. Because you are very useful. And you become so useful that you become irreplaceable in a sense. So, but to get to there, you have to have that determination. Like, it don't happen overnight. You're not as expendable as a lot of people. People don't like that you're not as expendable. But that's just because you didn't build up yourself over this duration, this ratio of time, this duration of time. Time and time again, day after day. You know, going through everything that you have to go through. Like, you have to go through the day by day to see the flow of things, to see, even from, if you want to start a YouTube channel, like, you have to get into the flow of just dropping videos, because people always, it's just like a TV show, people always want something new, and you always have to be able to feed the people. And where you started on YouTube is not always where you end. Me, I've been doing YouTube since I was like young as heck, you know, even way before it was a lot of stuff going on. I was, you know, aiming towards YouTube all the time. Me and my brother would create, it's probably still on the internet somewhere, dancing videos and just us just, you know, having fun. It was always just about having fun. Being yourself, being your authentic self, things that you do at home naturally. Just being you, for real. That's what I was attracted to. How bad are you willing to stay down, even no matter if it don't look like how it's supposed to look at the beginning? How long are you willing to stay down until you can be inside the system and then change it sometimes from the inside? Sometimes you have to go into the system and then change it from the inside. It's just like a lot of serums or vaccines. They clone it as the actual virus, but it's actually the thing that's gonna kill the virus once the virus becomes comfortable with it. You know, not too much talk about that, but you know, that's how you gotta do something. You gotta disguise yourself and then work your way from the inside in order to be the person that you have to be. But that's, you know, it's all about how God leads you to be where you gonna be at the end of the day. But, you know, VO definitely tired. I'm finna get some rest. Been doing doubles for these last 2 days, and you know, hey, but you gotta get to the bread. You gotta get to the guap day. You gotta have a savings. You gotta have these type of things. So if you want to have a savings, you gotta always have money to have on top of it. Stacking up for the winter, just like anything else. It's always about having abundance. These things will naturally come to you when you start working on your self-concept, though. Because when you work on your self-concept, it will drive you to not, you know, be more self-aware with everything that you do. When you become more self-aware, you will become more self-aware with the things that you eat, wear, spend your money on, spend your time on, your energy, all of this. It's all about self-awareness. It starts with self-awareness, awareness of self. Like, when you center yourself, then you can see, okay, this is me, this is who I am. What is all this other stuff? I need to organize the things in my life. You know, so with that being said, peace to all the gods and goddesses of the planet. Peace to all the kings and the queens. Peace to all the princes and princesses. I hope everybody who watched this video grabs something from it. You know, until next time, I'm in the Pamion. VO signing off. Shay.